Okay. At 33:12. So this is a new video, isn't it? Yeah. I hope I can hurry up enough for this. Oh, no. No. Huh. Derry came up and dropped down beside us. Soda struggled. I don't know. It's just I can't stand to hear y'all fight. Sometimes I have to get out, or it's like I'm the middleman of a tug of war, and I'm being split in half. You dig? Derry gave me a startled look. Neither of us really had realized what it was doing to Soda to hear us fight. I was real sick with cold, with shame, with shame. What he said was the truth. Derry and I did play tug of war with him. I never thought with never a thought to how much it was hurting him. Soda was fiddling with some dead grass. I mean, I can't take sides. It'd be a lot easier if I could, but I see both sides. Derry yells too much and tries too hard and takes everything too seriously. It's too serious. Ponyboy, you don't think enough. You don't realize all Derry's given up to just give you a chance he missed out on. He could have stuck you in a home. He could have stuck you in a boys' home somewhere and worked his way through college. Ponyboy, I'm telling you the truth. I dropped out because I'm dumb. I really did try in school, but you saw my grades. Look, I'm trying. I'm happy working in a gas station with cars. You'd never be happy doing something like that. And Derry, you ought to start to understand him more and quit bugging him about every little mistake he makes. He feels things differently than you. He gave us a pleading look. Golly, you two, it's bad enough having to listen to it. But when you start trying to make me take sides, tear welled up in his eyes. We're all we got left. We ought to be able to stick together against everything. If we don't have each other, we don't have anything. If you don't have anything, you end up like Dallas. And I don't mean dead either. I mean like he was the way before. That's worse than dead. Please. He wiped his eyes on his arm. Don't fight anymore. Okay, yeah, I can make it. Derry looked real worried. Also, I suddenly realized that Derry was only 20, and he wasn't so much older that he couldn't feel scared or hurt, and as lost as the rest of us. I saw that I had expected Derry to do all the understanding without trying to understand him, and he had given up a lot for Soda and me. Sure, little buddy, Derry said softly. We're not going to fight anymore. Hey, Ponyboy. Soda gave me a tearful grin. Don't you start crying, too. One bald baby in the family's enough. I'm not crying, I said. Maybe I was. I don't remember. Soda gave me a playful punch in the shoulder. No more fights, okay, Ponyboy, Derry said. Okay, I said. And I meant it. Derry and I would probably still have misunderstanding, but we were too different not to. But no more fights. We couldn't do anything to hurt Soda. Soda would always be the middleman, but that he didn't mean he had to be getting pulled apart. Instead of Derry and me pulling me apart, he'd be pulling us together. Well, Soda said, I'm cold. How about going home? Race you, I challenged, leaping up. It was a real nice night for a race. The air was clear and cold, so clean, almost sparkled. The moon wasn't out, but stars lit up everything. It was quiet, except for the sound our feet made across the cement, the dry, scraping sound of our leaves blowing across the street. It was a real nice night. I guess I was still out of shape because we all three tied. No, I guess we all wanted to stay together. I didn't want to do my homework that night, though. I hunted for a book to read. I had read everything in the house about 50 million times, even Derry's copy of the Carpetbaggers, though he told me I wasn't old enough to read it. I thought so, too, after I finished it. Finally, it picked up Gone with the Wind. 10 more minutes. And then this is gonna run out. Okay. Gonna warn you, this is where it gets I'm definitely gonna cry soon. Picked up Gone with the Wind and looked at it for a long time. I knew Johnny was dead. I had known all the time, even while I was sick and pretending he wouldn't. It was Johnny, not me, who'd killed Bob. I knew that too. I just thought that maybe if I played it like Johnny wasn't dead, it wouldn't hurt so much. The way Two-Bit, after police had taken Dally's body away, had griped because he had lost his switchblade when they searched Alice. Is that all that's bothering you, that switchblade? Red-eyed Steve had snapped at him. No, Two-Bit said in a quivering sigh. But that's what I'm wishing was all that bothered me. But it still hurt anyway. You know a guy a long time. You don't... Sorry, I just... Not even the part that's sad yet. Oh my god. Just know it's coming. But it still hurt anyway. You know a guy for a long time, and I mean, you really know him. You don't get used to the idea that he's dead just overnight. Johnny was something more than a buddy to all of us. Okay, I can do this. Johnny was something more than a buddy to all of us. I guess we had listened to I guess he had listened to more beefs and more problems than more people than any of us. A guy that really listened to you. Listen and care. Listen and care. What you're saying is something rare. And I couldn't forget him telling me that he hadn't done enough. Hadn't been in our neighborhood all of his life. And then it was too late. I took a deep breath and opened the book. A slip of paper fell out on the floor, and I picked it up. Pony Boy, I asked the nurse to give you this book so you can finish it. It was in Johnny's handwriting. I went on reading, almost hearing Johnny's quiet voice. The doctor came in a while ago, but I knew anyway. I keep getting tireder and tireder. Listen, I don't mind dying now. It was worth it. It was saving those kids. It was worth saving those kids. Their lives are worth more than mine. They know more. They have more to live for. Some of their parents came by to thank me, and I know it was worth it. Tell Dally I think it was worth it. I'm gonna miss you guys. I've been thinking about it, and that poem, the guy that wrote it, he meant you're gold when a kid, like green. When you're a kid, everything's new. Don, that's just when you get used to everything, like it's day. Like the thing, it's the way you dig sunsets, Pony. That's gold. Keep it that way. It's a good way to be. I want you to tell Dally to look at him. Oh, look at one. He'll probably think you're crazy, but ask for me, please. I don't think he's ever really seen a sunset. And don't be so bugged over being a greaser. You still have a lot of time to make yourself be what you want. There's still lots of... Oh, wow, okay. There's still lots of good in the world. Tell Dally. I don't think he knows. Your buddy Johnny. Tell Dally. It was too late to tell Dally. Would he have listened? I doubt it. Suddenly it wasn't only a personal thing to me. I could picture hundreds and hundreds of boys living on the wrong side of cities. Boys with black eyes who jumped at their own shadows. Hundreds of boys who maybe watched sunsets and looked at the stars and ached for something better. I could see boys going down under the streetlights because they were mean and tough and hated the world. It was too late to tell them that there was still good in it. Oh my God. It was too late to tell them that there was still good in it. They wouldn't believe you if you did. It was too vast of a problem to be just a personal thing. There should be some help. Someone should tell them before it was too late. Someone should tell their side of the story, and maybe some people would understand them, and wouldn't be so quick to judge a boy by the amount of hair oil he wore. It was important to me. I picked up the phone book and called my English teacher, Mr. Shine. This is Ponyboy. That theme, how long can it be? Not less than 5 pages. He sounded a little surprised. I had forgotten how it was late that night. Can it be longer? Certainly, Pony Boy, as long as you want it. Thanks, I said and hung up. I sat down and picked up my pen and thought for a minute, remembering a handsome, dark boy with a reckless grin and a hot temper, a tough-headed boy with a cigarette out of his mouth and a bitter, hard face, remembering that this time it didn't hurt. A quiet, defeated-looking 16-year-old whose hair needed badly cutting, who had black eyes with this frightened expression to him. 1 week I had taken all 3 of them. I had decided I could tell people, beginning with my English teacher. I wondered for a long time, how to start that theme, how to start running about something that was important to me. I finally began like this, when I stepped out into the bright sunlight of the darkness of the movie house. I had only 2 things on my mind: Paul Newman and a ride home. Okay, so in this summary, I purposely skipped the beginning, by the way. I didn't want to tell you that because I felt like you would remember it by the ending. So I skipped on it purposely because I wanted to tell you at the end that it would circle back, and that's how the story got started, but I didn't want you to remember. So I didn't tell you. I would like to thank you for listening through my cries in the last 2 videos. And thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have an amazing day. I can't fit my thoughts into this video, but I am going to make a special dedicated video to that because I have quite a few. Thank you.